The only news that matters today is Roaring Kitty becoming a billionaire. Maybe, maybe. I mean, we could start there, because this is really interesting. The GME stuff. We'll get on to Bitcoin soon. How is this doing in extended hours? It has pushed. Whoa! It's pushed right through to take out the last highs. So these are the highs from New York. So this is so far today, it's up to 67.5, which is higher than the squeeze it had last month when he first came back. So yeah, that will be where was his 16 million, $160 million position was here, wasn't it? So it was around about 20. I haven't really been following this too much. But I think it was around when it was like $20, wasn't it? $22 he announced. If anyone knows the price that he bought. So now it's 67.5. So they're making a lot of money. A lot of money. And it's very interesting what's going on here with GameStop. Again, sticking it to the hedge funds, causing them to really, really, really panic. Now, I wasn't really thinking, because yesterday this was based off of a lot of rumor. I'm kind of thinking that the actual session itself, like once he goes live, may go a little bit red. But yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive. Impressive move. So you're looking at the highs. So again, this is outside of market hours, but $80 the other day. And where did it go when it was on its first? So its all-time high from when he was doing all of that shit last time was 120.75. That's a stretch. But it is really interesting what's going on here, because it's less of a short squeeze on this occasion. So previously, right, what had been happening, and I've seen some interesting videos on this, and seen some Cake shared a really interesting video the other day for all of those who are in the crew, that was really interesting about what happens at $40 to options in particular. Whereas previously what we had seen was a massive short squeeze. So there was a ton of short interest in GameStop previously. So it meant hedge funds were short selling the stock basically to yeah, to try and bankrupt it. And Roaring Kitty came along. He was relatively well known at the time anyway, I think. I wasn't really following it, but yeah, started to mention that, okay, this is the stock that's most heavily shorted in the world, and created this massive short squeeze. Whereas on this occasion, it's a little bit different. It's a lot more options. So what is happening now, and this is an interesting thing with options, is that because there are more like put options in the market, which basically means that hedge funds and all of these things have been selling what they don't own with the view that they can then buy it for cheaper later. And the problem that happens when price pumps like this is they're forced to then cover that by actually buying the stock in order to keep their option alive. So you're getting actual like proper buying. It's not just shorts like closing out. These funds are being forced to buy stock that they said they had because they'd sold the option, but now it's they're actually having to buy to cover the losses that they're making. So we've got a situation now where this whole like everything that's going on with Hello Kitty, Roaring Kitty, yeah, is forcing these big funds to actually buy the underlying asset that they're trying to like buy lower and profit by being able to buy lower. It's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, that's very interesting. I need to brush up more on my own knowledge on this, but because I'm not too clued up on options as a whole, but it's something that I really want to get into more. So what we've seen now is more of like, instead of it being a short squeeze, it's more of like a gamma squeeze, they call it. It's when it's within the when it's within options more so than futures so much. But anyway, we'll go back onto Bitcoin because that's the kind of stuff that I understand a little bit better. I probably got it very wrong. Then I'll do more of a proper explanation once I understand it more myself.